Our community in South Florida and across America is diverse. Our community across the world is vast. And here are the bullet points of the queer news for today, Thursday, November 16th, 2023. Okay, we begin by queering up South Florida and Florida. Orlando lesbian councilwoman celebrates election by striking it to DeSantis, hosting drag show victory party. I am so excited about this story. Okay, so out lesbian Patty Sheehan is an icon for the Orlando LGBTQ plus community. She is the longest serving politician in the land of Disney in Orlando history. Okay, she's also been a guest on Queer News Tonight, and you can go back and see that interview anytime. So she easily won re-election of her 7th term this week with nearly 65% of the vote against a Trump MAGA supporter. All right, take that in. She said, quote, "I'm ecstatic, and yes, I had a drag queen at my victory party," end quote. As you should, right? There is no party without a drag queen sometimes. I mean, come on. And not just any drag queen. She had Darcel Stevens performed at the party, honorary Miss Florida, legendary host of the Parliament House, and in 2023, the organizer of hundreds of Florida drag queens to march on Tallahassee. The move was a way to directly stick it to presidential candidate and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who has been demonizing drag queens and the rest of the LGBTQ plus community, God, since he started in office, I swear. The state's so-called drag ban has been stayed in federal courts, heading to the Supreme Court because of a lawsuit filed by Orlando's Hamburger Mary's, a famous drag bar and restaurant. The federal courts have said it violates freedom of speech and therefore it violates the First Amendment, which is a no-no, right? Mm-hmm. Sheehan said after her victory, quote, "They threw all the negative nonsense they could at me. I resoundingly won, and I'm delighted. They tried to use my sexuality. It was a lot of nonsense. I work hard, and that's what really matters to voters. I advocate for inclusion and diversity," end quote. Sheehan was not the only LGBTQ plus candidate to celebrate this week. 148 LGBTQ plus candidates won their elections this week.
Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful?
That's incredible.
That is incredible. And at Sheehan's victory party, there was another notable supporter. We know him. We love him. Carlos Guillermo Smith. What an incredible person he is. Florida's first Latino LGBTQ plus state representative that lost the 2022 re-election because of dramatic restricting orchestrated by none other than Governor DeSantis, right? He is now a leading candidate for the Florida Senate in 2024, and I, for one, really do hope and pray that he gets that seat because it's deserved. He's fighting for us. He's been fighting for us. Carlos Guillermo is another person who's also been on Queer News Tonight, and he is just a huge supporter of our community and will not stand for any less than equal rights. That is just how he rolls, you know? And so that and Patty, you know, those are two huge victories for our community this week. ¿Qué tú crees? What do you think?
I know. I think it's incredible that more and more politicians are separating themselves from the nonsense and the rhetoric and getting back to what matters most. Forgetting about this whole nonsense with drag queen bans and this whole culture war that DeSantis has created in the state of Florida and across the country. It's a shame. And congratulations to all of the LGBTQ plus candidates and politicians and allies who got elected this election cycle.
For sure. And for the rest of you out there, LGBTQ plus folks, if you get a tickle or something is telling you that you should run, you should run. Okay, there are many seats that you can run for. It's not all huge, high-profile seats. You know, right. There's commissioners, there's councilmen, there's even, school boards. Run. We need you to run.